We are live. What's going on, everyone? I am joined by my boy Bubs. Bubs, Christmas time is approaching. How are we feeling?
I can't wait to get off work, man. Week off work, watch some hoops. Pretty hyped.
Yeah. You got a full week off?
Christmas party's Tuesday, and then I have the rest of the week off.
Oh, that's fine. When is Christmas? Is that a week? Oh, that's a week from now, so it's next Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Christmas hoops are gonna be fun. NFL, I ain't watching that. That's for sure.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, Bubs, we have a massive slate. What the hell? Someone's on my X account. You see it, Bubs? Bro, someone signed into my Twitter account. Is that Liam? How the hell does he have my... Okay, I don't know what's going on. What's going on, Strange Music? How we doing? Showed them. Okay, let's start off, Bubs. Let's just get right into it. Atlanta and Charlotte. I got some neg CLV on a play. I'm on Dyson over 16.5 points and assists. Well, 17.5. But I don't know if you watch back the tape on this. Basically, the Hornets put their center on him, and he just is forced to be involved a ton. He's left pretty wide open. He's just forced to actually touch the ball on offense in the half court. So yeah, he had 17 field goal attempts, and even though Trey's back, I think that this is a pretty good look. Do you have anything for this game?
Yeah, no, I don't. Hornets are always tough to bet on, but they're great to bet against. I think it's good for Dyson though, because Hornets have so many perimeter players that he can kind of switch 1 through 3, 1 through 4 with, depending on what lineups they roll out. But yeah, I am curious how Snyder kind of implements Trey back into an offense that was kind of Jalen Johnson and Alexander Walker were kind of taking huge leaps. So,
yeah. My take on that is I actually think that Trey is kind of going to take a back seat for a couple of games or so, or unless if the going gets hot. Is that the term? Going gets hot.
Going gets rough.
Going gets rough. Then I think that Trey might start to get into takeover, but I really do think he's gonna try to just be okay, well, I've been out for so damn long. Let's actually try to play off ball a little bit. Let's not just dominate the entire possession. So not saying that I think his lines are probably pretty accurate. I wouldn't take the under or anything, especially against the Hornets who just play deep drop and he could probably get a floater off anytime he wanted. But yeah, I think that I honestly. So Bubs, this is kind of my thoughts. I think that like I said, I'm already on Dyson. I think that he's going to be pretty much dared to shoot with getting guarded by a big. We know that the drop coverage with Trey and Johnson and just the overall lack of spot ups given up are going to be you probably don't want to take an under on them. But do you think a Nikhil or maybe an Onyeka or Risachet under? Are you or Bubs? Do you still not bet unders or what's your take on that though?
I'm getting very close. I've stared at a few unders lately, and I just haven't pulled the trigger on them. It's not helping that the unders that I've considered are barely getting over. I kind of track to see what they ended up at. But if I were to bet an under, I would rather go Alexander Walker than Okongwu. I think Okongwu kind of gets fed. No matter who, if it's Trey, Jalen, Dyson, no matter what, Okongwu's not really competing with any other big. He got drop coverage. He likes to launch those threes. I'm kind of leaning towards more Alexander Walker for under than anything.
Yeah, I tend to agree. And at the end of the day, Nikhil, you're still a spot-up guy on the Wolves. I'm kidding.
Rip.
But 18.5 does seem a little bit hefty, though, with Trey back. I'm not going to lie. I know he was he came out kind of hot, kind of chucking and stuff, but I don't know. It seems a tad high to me, in my opinion. Looks like we got some questions coming in on this game. We'll get to Jett Howard. Actually, if we do get to that game, I actually do have an opinion on Jett Howard. And yes, guys, if you guys are tuning in on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel, all that good stuff. Just helps boost the algo. If you do enjoy this type of content, it's a little free way to help support. Kalkbrenner, do you have any thoughts on the bigs? on Charlotte because I actually looked at Kalkbrenner for a bit. It's a pretty damn good matchup for where he scores and how he scores, and
it is. If you are not a person who looks for like huge amounts of volume on your bets, like you're just relying on a great matchup and efficient looks in the few that he gets, I agree. It's just Charlotte has like so many gunners, dude, that like you're pretty much relying on like a couple lobs and offensive putbacks after that.
Yeah. No, he ain't gonna touch the ball just like by himself, that's for sure.
Right.
But no, I do think I think his rebounds are actually interesting too because like I said, he didn't play in that game against Atlanta last time where they had the big guard Dyson. But like I definitely think he guards Dyson over like Onyeka. He can kind of shoot too well at this point. So if he's kind of just like sagging off of Dyson, I mean, not saying this is like a great like hit rate or anything with Kalkbrenner here. But I do think it's a decent rebounding matchup, and he ends at 6 so damn much, so I wouldn't look too much into that. And yeah, Hawks without KP. Hawks just like in general are a pretty poor rebounding team, so I think that's like a little interesting. Bubs, do you bet rebound props at all?
Here and there. I would say like most of my stuff obviously is points or threes. I've tend to have gotten away from rebounds and assists compared to years past just because like there's so much mad variance in general, and then you have to kind of compete with what's a rebound and what's not an assist and what's not a rebound. I love my favorite this year is like I love the combo markets like PRA. Like that's been kind of my favorite straights to roll with. So I guess if you consider kind of taking rebounds because in a sense it's a combo, then yeah, but straight up, not really.
Yeah. Yep, 100%. PRA, it's like if you have like a minute edge or something, it's like it's always best to go with PRA and stuff. So I think that's that's how I view it with those. What's up, Kings? Need one more banger for the parlay. Dyson points and assists. I really like that, and I think it's pretty. I think it's a little bit low. Okongwu threes. I probably wouldn't take Okongwu threes personally, just because I think the angle behind Onyeka to shoot threes right would be like he gets guarded by a big, and I personally think that's Dyson who gets guarded by the big. So I probably wouldn't do that. Let's see. Oh, you're talking to Daft. Yeah, Kalkbrenner's like, dude. Yeah, you like literally kind of have to like fluke into like offensive rebounds and stuff with him. It's kind of annoying. Jalen under rebounds. Honestly, I have zero opinion on that. Trey coming back is probably bad for that because Trey's just like a 2 rebound a game guy. You know, he ain't gonna steal any. That's for sure. But cool. All right, let's move on to the next game. We got 12 games today. Knicks and Pacers, Bubs, and I don't know if you've gotten a chance to dig into this, but I think we got some Knicks news that like is official now. No Hart, no Mitch, no Cat. OG is playing, and I think that's it for the people missing that weren't already hurt. Roof.
Yeah, ignore that.
My dog is like perked up right now.
Yeah, it's gonna go on for a bit. So sorry, folks that are listening.
But Bubs, what's your thoughts on Knicks stuff here?
So I actually have a Pacers prop in this game. I believe I couldn't decide really between Nembhard and Mathurin. I ended up going with Matherin's points. I think both are in great spots. I was kind of banking on Cat or Mitch to be ruled out, and they're both ruled out. But I'm just kind of going off like obviously his play type and stuff is right there too. But I took him against my Bulls that last game, and he is like really been reliant on catch and shoot stuff. Like he's and compared to years past. And Knicks obviously funnel a bunch of stuff from behind the arc. And then obviously now that Robinson and Cat are out too, it kind of opens up stuff. Maybe to see some higher efficient looks. So I went with his points. I think if you filter it to like competitive games, so like 28 minutes maybe, or you could do the margin as well, and then filter it to like bottom half above the break 3.
So you said bottom half above the break 3s?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very like if you filter it to like 28-ish minutes, I think that's what I did.
Oh
Yeah, there you go. So he's like he obviously points look good here off the bat, just off a hit rate. His season high is against the best defense in the league, right? OKC. But I just think this is a matchup that he can kind of, do either. Sometimes he gets very lackadaisical. But if he gets to the free throw line, knocks down some open looks from deep, I really like the spot for him.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. That I like that you're taking it in the Knicks matchup, because that's like something I like realized too, is that his usage and just like on ball stuff has been down. But this isn't like a good matchup to really be on ball. He kind of like want to back the secondary guys a little bit more. And you're definitely like and that's 100% baked into the market at this 18.5 line. So no, I really like that. Really like that reasoning. Bubs, what about I'd say the closest thing to a bet I had here was Jay Huff over 10.5 points. I think that no Cat and Mitch is pretty important, because Cat could like kind of get him into foul trouble. Not saying he's a good defender. He's not a good defender, but obviously Mitch is like a really good defender, and if there was any minutes matched up with him, those probably wouldn't go great. But this is I meant to be on minutes. Huff has been playing pretty good minutes. I think he couldn't really guard Jokic at all, so they kind of gravitated towards Tony Bradley. But outside of that, like 25, 28, 31, 28, 26, 25. So, I mean, he's been doing pretty good. And this is like him with like 22 plus minutes this year. I know some of them are pretty close, but 10.5 line, I think Huff's like a pretty good scorer, honestly. And he should get some 3-point looks too. But do you have any thoughts on Huff?
He's like sneaky athletic too. I don't know if you've seen some of his clips of like his dunk package. It's something that kind of like throws you off guard. But yeah, definitely I think he gets some decent looks from threes, pretty athletic, finisher on the rim. I've noticed he kind of starts off really hot too and kind of fizzles off.
Yeah, just take the first quarter, huh?
Yeah, well, like that. Look at the Bulls. I mean, no surprise there.
That's the game you remember it from. He must have been crying.
Yeah.
But let's see. Then so Knicks stuff is a little bit interesting. Obviously, you got OG and McCall. You got Brunson going. Looks like Brunson's line dropped a ton. To me, Bubs, this kind of indicates that like someone might have like insider information that Brown's gonna let the youngins play. Like honestly, I've kind of, because people do have insider information, honestly. But like this line went from like 30.5, Cat gets ruled out, and now it's at 28.5. I don't really get that, especially against Indy, who they're not gonna really throw much at him to force the ball out. They're gonna limit the catch and shoots.
I don't know if you remember the time that the Nuggets were coming into Indy, and I asked my buddy who works at the hotel. He does valet. I was asking about, because all the opposing teams stay at that hotel, and I don't want to make it sound sketch, but he said that he was talking to like one of the team managers or something. He said that they were partying pretty hard in Vegas. So,
okay, so who's Tyler Kolek? He's from Wisconsin. He was probably hammered. Dude, OG, OG doesn't drink. OG's like, there's no way OG drinks.
I can't see McCall drinking either.
Oh, dude, but he's with the Nova boys, and like Josh was like a bad influence.
Yeah, he just seems like a goodie.
Clarkson was probably like doing like harder shit than drinking.
Clarkson was popping bottles on the table.
Okay, well, I guess that all checks out, man. On a serious note, though, like, I think that Kolek, like, the way he played in that last game, I can't believe I was on McCall points, and like, I still can't believe he closed over him. But I think that he's gonna play a lot, kind of. So, don't know what or how to attack this. Maybe just like PRA or something. But I don't know. Are you probably just gonna stay away from the Knicks here? Or what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I really debated Kolek stuff like PA or something, or PRA, like you mentioned. Like Knicks are coming off of an in-season tournament championship, whether some view it as important or not. What are the odds that they care about a Thursday night game in December against a tanking Pacers team? Probably not very high. So, and they got Philly tomorrow. So,
Yep, first night of a back-to-back too. I see someone said Huck Porty. I mean, this sounds crazy low, bro. He's probably gonna play a shit ton of minutes. Like, I mean, 5.5 points. Is he just like Mitch Robinson reincarnated or something? Like, what is this? Yeah, Huck Porty. That does sound a little bit low. Do they have another center on their team?
Yabu? Do they put him at the 5?
Oh yeah, no, Yabu definitely plays here for sure. I don't think. I mean, Yabu's gonna play. I bet he'll play some 4 though too, because he's probably more of a 4 than he is a 5, and I think he could actually be pretty good to like put on Siakam, just like out muscle. Not let Siakam like muscle him at all.
Right.
Yeah, no, I think a 40 makes sense for sure. Let's see, Isaiah Joe. I do like that. That's for sure. Dylan Harper. That's an official play for me already. I love Dylan Harper here. So yeah, maybe we should probably circle back to the Knicks once we get some starting lineup clarity and stuff. But Heat Nets. Just gonna be honest, I don't really have anything on the Nets side of things like I never do. Bam Adebayo sounds a little bit low to me at 18.5 without Hero. I know Norm's playing, but he has this weird calf thing going on. And if you look at like the Nets, they're still giving up spot ups for sure. But like Bubs, look at this, man. Like, is this pull ups? Go to like less than 10 feet. They're just like their teams are just getting so many shots up from less than 10 feet against them. So just like people who kind of play more so down low are definitely getting their touches in. But Bubs, what are your thoughts here on Heat Nets?
I actually have a Heat prop. I got Jaime Jaquez, 24.5 PRA on FanDuel. It was at like 23.5 literally all day on like Caesars MGM 365. And I had to wait till FanDuel or DraftKings came out just for the cord. But yeah, no Hero, no Pell Larson, no Jovic. And when you think about like the Nets limiting ball handlers, they don't really run a whole lot of pick and roll in this new offense. But Jaime is very like direct line drive, get out in space and transition, finishing at the rim. So kind of like everything that Brooklyn obviously gives up. I think it's a great matchup for him. If you just filter games without Hero and like put Norm or Bam in, I think he's averaging a little bit above. Yeah.
Yep.
He's at 27 a couple of those games.
No, I like that, dude. I do like that. Yeah, it's weird. Like people are gonna, because the Nets, the Nets are gonna blitz every pick and roll, but the Heat don't even like run pick and roll. So it's kind of like a weird like team to cap. Like, are the spot up guys even like gonna like get additional usage here? That's a thought like that definitely crossed my mind. One thought that crossed my mind, Bubs, is I do wonder if Ware is going to either start or play a little bit more. I don't know. So I really like. I see someone said Fontecchio. I had Fontecchio, 13.5 PR in the bet slip. Still think it's probably a pretty good look. Well, and I probably should have played it, huh? It's at 15.5 now. But yeah, it's like I wonder if they go back to like the double bigs here. Just they kind of got their ass kicked last game, and I don't think Fontecchio is some dude who's locked into minutes by any means or anything. And yeah, Nets are giving up a ton of stuff from less than 10 feet. It's definitely a Khalil Ware thing. So, and honestly, I think Jaime, when I checked, might have actually led the team in shots taken from less than 10 feet. So, looking pretty good for you.
Yeah, he I just like the PRA aspect because he kind of just does a bit of everything, and his minutes seem pretty consistent, whether it's if they're fully healthy, and obviously with them missing a couple guys, it helps. But yeah, that was the first one that jumped out.
Yep. Personally, yep. I do think Adebayo and Ware, and this thing is goofy as hell. Let me quick switch this. Yeah, no, Adebayo and Ware definitely popped to me. I think that like maybe, I mean, it's obviously going to adjust, but I think I probably just want to wait for the starting lineup for those. Wizards and Spurs, Bubs. I'm on Dylan Harper, 21.5 PRA. Looks like it's up to 22.5 now, but I kind of just think this dude's pretty stamped. I mean, if you play 25 minutes in that big time OKC game, you play 28 in the championship game. I think that he's probably like lock him in for 25 minutes a night. Go moving forward. He had a lot of games where he like tweaked his calf and then was on a minute restriction. But if you do like per 25 minutes, I mean, he's around like 22.7 PRA. on the year. And it's obviously like just like against the Wizards, so you're gonna bump that up a little bit. But what's your thoughts here on this game?
I actually have the same play, so that's convenient. I ended up getting the worst line at 22.5. I really considered his points, but I'm just thinking, like, you said he's consistent with his minutes, and now you're kind of playing like a Wizards team that's mostly rookies or second-year guys. He's actually like him and Castle are actually leading the team in drives like since the big three guards have been healthy. So I think I filtered it to like 21 minutes and then like 13 to 30 defensive rating. It's a small sample size. It's kind of cherry picked, but when you think about like what the Wizards do defensively, I think it's a really good game for him to kind of not only run alongside Fox and Castle, but if things get kind of out of hand, it'd be a good idea to kind of let him develop and maybe run his own unit here and there.
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree completely, dude. And like, if it's a blowout, I don't think that screws us whatsoever. Like, I think he might even get like, the first 5 minutes of the fourth or something with like the G Leaguers or something like that. Just, like what you said, run his own unit. So he's probably the one guy that like won't screw an over from blowout if he just like needs a couple more and it's like an ugly game. So, okay. I just heard my dog drinking. I thought I was out of the toilet for a little bit. Your dog do that?
That's my dog eating, I think.
No, my dog's like lapping some water right now. Tripped me out for a little bit. If Wemby starts, I think Alex Sarr unders are pretty in play. Especially like if you can snag this 15.5. He's missed a decent amount of time, like close to a month. And you're gonna get matched up against Wemby. I don't know. I think he's probably like around like 25 minutes or so.
I didn't even know he was back.
Bubs, this is like pretty random, and I don't know like if I'm nitpicking stuff, but if you do like with Sarr, I think it was with George, with Koulibaly, look at CJ McCollum, bro. This dude is dog. So lose by 33, but they could easily like lose by 33 again tonight. I don't know like what it is, if it's like a rotation thing or something, but seems to never really play much minutes. Like only lost by 19 here, lost by 31, but I don't know. What's your thoughts here on CJ, some under 26.5 PRA?
I think it makes sense because he's probably like the first one who gets pulled in a non-competitive game just because he's an older vet. You kind of just – I don't know, man. That team's weird. Like every time I stare at a CJ prop and I'm just like pass on it, he'll go for like 35, 40 points. And every time I take him, his usage is just like he stands in the corner. They kind of rotate between like him on ball or George on ball or even like the one game like Bub Carrington on ball. They're just like – I feel like they have like a roulette table of before every game of who's going to get all the usage on ball and who's not.
We have a Champagne off, Julian versus Justin.
It's National Twin Day too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So someone's talking about Sarr threes. I mean, that's what he's going to have to do if he wants to get anywhere close to his points line. If Wemby starts, for sure. Yeah, I think like attempts too. Like if you can get that, because who knows, it might not be the highest quality of attempts. But yeah, no, I think that the price is right, and he's going to definitely like if he has like a little bit of space, he'll be like, okay, well, like I'm not going to be able to drive, so might as well. Pelicans Rockets, Bubs. I'll start us off. I played Thompson over 22.5 points and assists. So Pelicans, what they like to do against like top guys is like they're like actually like very aggressive against top guys. Like they like to like throw like weird zones and like send like weird doubles at half court and stuff. So I think that KD and Sengun might be able to like overcome it just because his matchup is so soft with Derek Queen. But I think that like they're gonna like have intent to slow down KD and LP. And like over the last 10 games, the Pelicans restricted area, they're allowing the most points in the restricted area, and I think that like with those weird doubles, they're allowing the most assists too. And with those like weird doubles that they throw at teams, I think that like Amen can be like a valve and get like assists based off of that. So I I think what I did with this was with Sengun and KD. I did because Amen will play pretty big minutes. I think I did 30. That's probably where he will be at if it's a blowout, like 30 to 41. And yeah, I like if you look at some of the teams he went under against, some of the numbers are kind of skewed, but it's like Detroit's like a very good paint defense, just a very good defense overall. Spurs with Wemby, that's like a terrible matchup for him. Bucks with Giannis, I don't think is great either. Magic are pretty poor. Cavs with Mobley, you can make a case. Definitely should have went over against the Jazz, but you can kind of justify all the ones where he didn't get over in the sample. So really like Thompson here.
Yeah, I don't have anything this game. I agree with Amen. I also looked at Reed Shepherd, his points. They kind of mix them kind of between on and off ball, maybe like on game flow, but he's a gun dude. He's going to let it fly. If they put like Amen or Sengun or KD on like on ball actions and they end up getting blitzed and he has like an inch of space off like a short roll or something, he's going to let it fly. I just feel like 11.5 is kind of low, especially if you factor in like if Houston blows them out too.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of think the Pelicans might be a little scrappy. Not going to lie, dude. I think that like with Zion, they kind of have like okay depth. I don't like hate their depth, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
But Bubs, let's see. Is there any Pelicans things? My first thought was some like unders. Well, I kind of like Zion overs. I mean, he played 27 minutes, and like the Rockets don't really double. So I think we missed the best number. There was, as you can see by which book has not moved it yet. This is where it was at earlier.
Yeah.
But do you have any Pels thoughts here?
Not really, man. They're a really hard team to cap. I took Poole against the Bulls last game, and he shot like shit, so he'll probably go off tonight just in spite of me because I think I'm like 0 for 4 in Poole props this year. But as far as like matchup and stuff goes, Zion really his number just seems too low despite Houston being a really good defense. I mean, he could easily see like double-digit free throw attempts alone.
Yeah, no, he absolutely could. Lean Thompson over 12.5 RA. Yeah, I like that too. Like I said, I totally see the assist angle there for sure. And then you're just kind of asking for like 7 rebounds. I think that's pretty sharp. Cade Cunningham, let's see, we'll get there in a little bit. Fear's points, I probably wouldn't touch Fear's stuff, dude. He probably gets guarded by Amen or Okogie or someone like really good. Fear's only played like 28 minutes last game too. Poole's back. I probably wouldn't touch Fear's stuff over personally. All right, Bucks, Raptors, Bucks. Bubs, is there even, let's see, Calf will remain on a minute restriction. Is there any thoughts that you have here? I personally don't have anything for this game, but
I got nothing in this game.
FanDuel clearly thinks that Pirtle's not going to play, with Mamu having a 12.5 point line.
Yeah.
I will say I do like this. I don't know if this is up on books quite yet. It's up on book that I don't know if MGM counts, but I do like Ochai to hit a 3. I know Bucks are like allowing a ton of. They're playing like zone a fair bit. Highest catch and shoot 3-point frequency over the last 10 games. That's all Ochai does is kind of sit in the corner and run in transition. So I know he's been shooting terrible this year, but if he's going to play like 20 to 26 minutes, I think he probably gets up like 3 in this matchup. So I think that's a little bit interesting. But Bubs, you said nothing on this game?
I got nothing in this one.
Yeah, KBJ. I think KBJ makes sense. Nice buy low after that Bucks or that Nets matchup. But yeah, Pels plus 9.5. I think I kind of like that, to be honest, because Houston, they're not getting up for that game. Okay, LAC versus OKC, the battle of the draft pick. So Thunder's going to be going try hard here.
Yeah,
not that they need to. Bubs, I'll share my first prop. I'm on Kawhi. Looks like this moved. I played under 23.5 points, dude. I mean, look who's around him, bro. Just a ton of scrubs, dude. Like, they are not going to give 2 damns about any of these dudes shooting the ball, and they're going to double the piss out of Kawhi, force him to turn it over, and probably win by 40. So I'm on under 23.5. But do you have any opinion here?
I agree with you. I don't have anything in this game. I debated maybe like a few Thunder, like second or third option guys, but The slate was so massive, anyways. I really had to be picky. I really stared at Aaron Wiggins for a long time.
7.5
Yeah.
in a blowout script. Dude, this is way too low. That's just like such overreaction to that 12-minute game.
That's what I kept saying. He'll probably have 20 or something and piss me off. But if I were to play something, it'd be Wiggins.
So the Thunder are on the first night of a back-to-back. I think they're actually very cautious with like a lot of their guys' minutes. Chet, and I think the 15.5, which is insanely low without Hartenstein, is reflective of that. Shea's probably just gonna do whatever he does, play 30 minutes and score like 35 points. But yeah, Joe, you can make a case for Joe. It's a Joe or Wiggins game. I saw someone say Isaiah Joe. Yeah, he is great in blowouts. I like Caruso unders. I don't know what the number is. Oh, geez, 9.5. Dude, Caruso is such like an obvious person to bet on. Just like if the game's going to be a blowout, take his under. If it's going to be competitive, he's probably going to play 24 minutes and take his over. But
I agree.
Shea rebounds and assists. So I know he's had very good history against the Clippers, and Bubs, we're getting to the point, man. 30-point line for Shea is pretty tempting. But yeah, I think he's had good history against the Clippers. I know, potential's 16 here, 15, 19. Yeah. So I did notice that. I think that's a pretty good bet. Okay, Bubs. One play I want to toss by you. I don't know if let's see. Okay, we got some starting lineups coming out. Cool. This one I didn't take it. I think there's so many ways for it to go bad. But I do like John Collins over 4.5 rebounds. OKC is without Hartenstein. They're without Jalen Williams off the bench. So it's like they're going to be small ball game. Honestly, they're probably going to get like that's the one advantage the Clippers could have here is on the glass. And I think Collins is a guy who can crash the offensive glass. I mean, he's had 6 rebounds over the last 4 games somehow. But I don't think he's like a bad rebounder by any means. So I don't know, 4.5, a little buy low spot. And you got any intrigue with that?
Yeah, it literally just comes down to like his motor. Yeah. I felt like in Utah he was a big rebounder, kind of beginning of Atlanta he was a big rebounder, but now he's just thinks like he's just like some 3-and-D guy who doesn't need to rebound. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, I mean 4.5, like he can get that in a quarter if he wanted to.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Miles Turner under. I actually like that a lot. That's like one that I liked. I do like that. He's Miles Turner, bro. I don't know what's up with him. Pistons Mavs. So Bubs, let me quick show you something, man. And this one might be like some like digging, and I don't even know if this is gonna like come to fruition or not. But I'm looking over here, and I want to. Let's see. 2 hours ago, this is like a long ass list of every single beat writer in the NBA, and it's from this Mike Curtis dude. So I just found his account. Shout out all these beat writers out here grinding. Look, dude. Oh, let me turn this down. Look who's in a blue jersey, Bubs. Do you see someone lurking in the corner? Isaiah Stewart's in a blue jersey. Stu? So I think he might start. I don't know why they'd switch up their starting lineup. I really don't know why they would. They're playing so good, but if they're, he's in a starter jersey, bro. So I don't know if he's going to start or not, but there could be an angle there with just like, PRA or something. If you think he's going to start and play, 28 minutes instead of 22. But, yeah, Mavs are terrible paint defense too. Probably going to be down AD, who wasn't at shoot around. So, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of my opinion. But what's your thoughts?
I agree. I don't have anything in this game. I like that beef stew angled. Stims on Cade, PA. We were talking about it. I kind of like that. I don't really dig deep into narratives, but he's from Arlington and just had his jersey retired. And if you go like, I'm not a big head-to-head guy either, so I don't even know why I keep mentioning this. But if you go to just like click on all like the last couple of years in his PA, he's kind of just like torched them.
35 and 6 at Dallas last year. Shot the ball 30 times.
Yeah.
That's the only game he's played at Dallas. So, no, dude, it's a long season, right? Like sometimes you need some motivation to play up or to get up for spots. And Mavs fifth fewest points to spot up. They're clearly staying home on their guys and kind of letting the top options do their thing. So I can't talk you off it.
Yeah, because I almost took Keontae George against them last game, Dallas, and he went crazy. So I feel like that falls right into Cade and his little pull-ups and little post game he's got going. So,
yep. Jaden Ivey, I actually do have a lean on him, so I think his line might have bumped a little bit. But Jaden Ivey, Bubs, looks like they're starting to ramp him up. He's up to 21 minutes now. As you can see, it's kind of just like keeps on going up. Was that like what 16, 19, 21? Yeah, I mean, if Jaden Ivey's gonna be like in the 20-minute range, 1.5 assists, I think that's pretty good, right? You could kind of let's see, like last year. Yeah, he was like a per 20 minute, like a 2.6 guy. So yeah. Okay. Let's move off this game. I guess I like Gafford unders too, which sounds gross because the line's super low. But especially I think AD is probably about to get ruled out, and it might even steam a little more. But he's on a pretty serious minute restriction. He only played 13 minutes, and that was with AD out. If you do like 12 to 18, I would think he maybe gets up to like 15 or so. But 12 to 18 minutes, like, and you take away Mr. Spoon Feed. If you go to 24, 25, take away Mr. Spoon Feed to do with Dallas. Tends to not do too well, and Pistons are a really tough matchup on the interior. So if this goes up to like 12.5, which it is, I think this is a really good look. Okay, Magic Denver, pretty interesting game, I think. And also, what time is it? 6:38. Okay, guys. By the way, if you guys are on YouTube, I think we got 88 of you guys going. Just take a split second if you like this content. If you don't like this content, don't do it. But if you like this content, make sure to drop a like and sub to the channel. Cool. Okay, Bubs. Nuggets Magic. So a lot of injury news with the Nuggets front, and it could maybe get a little dicey if they're down like a million role players. But any opinions on this one?
I took Jamal Murray points. It's pretty much been not only my system that I've gone to, but I'm sure a lot of others. Just take any high usage one or guard against Orlando. They're going to play single coverage. They're going to switch 1 through 5. They're not going to help off shooters, so that'll kind of limit the role players that get spoon-fed looks off Jokic and Murray pick and roll action. Obviously, you can make a case for Jokic as well, but Jamal's leading the team in drives, obviously, by a pretty wide margin, near 13 a game, which I think the next was Jokic at 3.6, if I remember correctly. So if you go, let's see how I cherry picked this one. No, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
You don't need to justify it, bro. I mean,
17 plus field goal attempts versus bottom half pull up defenses. He's averaging 36.1 points per game.
Yeah, that's actually insane, bro. Yeah, no, it's rinse, repeat. I'm trying to incorporate more unders, dude. And if we get, I might end up playing some scam Johnson unders. He ain't getting no type of threes. So, yeah, I think an interesting angle is they've went double big at times, right? And obviously when they're playing Jonas and Jokic together, they're gonna play zone, right? But the Magic are like such a perfect team to play zone against because they suck at shooting. So I think I wouldn't be shocked if you like get some like Jonas Jokic overlap minutes. So that's one angle to maybe keep out for, especially if you get no P-Watt and Tim. The bench is going to be thin if that's the case. So
I hope no P-Watt. Every time I take a Nuggets prop, he goes crazy and just ruins the game. So
yeah, first play of the game, they're like Peyton's wide open and he just takes like 3 threes to start.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, great. I know someone said Jet. I think Jet makes a lot of sense. You wanna attack the Nuggets against jump shooters. They try to limit stuff in the paint. They obviously don't have rim protection, so it's not like they are great at that. But yeah, they give up a ton of catch and shoot stuff, ton of pull up stuff. Jet, I believe, played a decent minutes, 15 last game, and that was with Suggs missing only like a quarter or so. So yeah, I think naturally he's someone who's gonna have to step up. I think it's a great matchup for him too as well. So I think whoever said Jet, I think that's pretty sharp. Okay. let's see. Let's circle back. Let's see. I know there's a couple. Unless Bubs, do you have any officials on these bottom 3 games?
Yeah, but like it's not even worth giving out anymore. I got Keontae before the Laurie news, and he opened at 21.5, and it's
what
26.5 now.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. That's insane. I'll share a lean. I really like Jackson Hayes under 15.5 points and rebounds, or under 6.5 rebounds, especially. I guess it's not plus money anymore, but guys, Jackson Hayes, like his minutes are not safe whatsoever. If you like last year with Luka, he was a starting center last year, guys. If you go to like games with Luka and LeBron, dude, he was not hitting this line much whatsoever. They have Vando who can play small ball. First of all, you don't have to play a big against this crappy Utah team. They have Kleber who's available too. I think that like one thing goes wrong and you're home with Hayes. Obviously, and also like the Jazz, weirdly enough, Bubs. I don't know why. The Jazz are actually good at like limiting stuff from the restricted area. So, and it's not like Walker Kessler. He's been out for like the whole year. So, I don't know. I think that Nurk is a tough rebounding matchup too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're taking any person other than Luka while he's playing their unders, it's probably a fair bet because, dude, I don't care what his usage says it is. If you watch a Lakers game, it's like it's all Luka.
Yeah.
So you're very dependent on him not only getting the ball, but willing to pass it.
Agreed. Yeah, Luka, I was on his over against the Suns last game. He shot 7 for 25, 2 for 14 from deep. Yeah, he's a tough watch, dude. I don't like his like style of hoop, really.
It's disappointing. I used to really like Luka. I'm not big into the Twitter capper, who's the best player, all this, and the hate watch and stuff. But Luka's been a really tough watch for me this year, and he's kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Yep, agreed. Okay, so we get the starting lineup news. I wonder if Kolek's line dropped because he's not starting whatsoever. But he played a lot next to Brunson. Yabu will definitely play. His line at 5.5 is kind of a joke to me. 4.5 rebounds, that actually is a little bit appealing. I told it like Diawara. I mean, dude, these lines are so weird. But yeah, Kolek line. I think Kolek's lines did drop a little bit, man. So I mean, like 2.5 boards. I'm not gonna like take that. But 14.5 PRA, I think, is something I'm gonna play, man. I just think I want to be high on his minutes. Like clearly he can play alongside Brunson. They just did so. Brunson's lines are fishy to me, being at 28.5. I wonder if Brunson plays like 30 minutes here or something.
With no cat.
Yeah.
Too.
Against the Pacers, against the Yes Sirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, all these Knicks lines feel weird, dude. Who do they have like available? Like genuinely.
Brunson, OG, Macau, and I know Hart, Cat, and Robinson are out.
Okay. So they have like Trey Jemison. Oh yeah, they have this Tosan guy. Yeah, these are tough to project. I think that Okay. So do you have any thoughts on Huck Porty or anything?
Not really, man. I like Kolek a lot. It's just I'm already up there with some volume.
Yep. I think I'm probably going to be on Kolek stuff, guys, at this 14.5 PRA mark. And I don't know what's going on with Props Madness here. But, yeah, that's probably something I'll be on officially. Let's see. Was there anything else that came in? Any news? Bubs, do you see anything significant?
No, just the usual. Jakob Pertl got ruled out. Trae Young is on minutes restriction. Tari Eason got ruled out. Wemby minutes restrictions, like usual stuff. Brunson, Bridges, Diawara, Anunoby, and Huck Porty are starting.
Yeah. Okay. I think minutes are going to be really weird, dude. Wow, Yabu opened up at 7.5 at FanDuel. I think this is at 5.5, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Look at MGM. Great book. BMGM. Okay, cool. Well, everyone, let's see. That's going to do it. Everyone, we do appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys want to follow Bubs on X, I think he's a good follow. Decent follow. You can check him out at Bubs_bets. He's on Twitter, or I have his Twitter linked in the bio. Yes, I like Harper at 22.5. That was one of Bubs' play too. But yeah. Okay, Bubs, is there anything you got for us before we head?
No, man. As always, appreciate you having me on. I'm glad I could get some plays out. I normally typically don't have much volume, but yeah, I really like all the spots tonight. Thanks for having me on as always, and I am looking forward to next time.
Hell yeah. Yes, I do like Mamu 9.5 field goals. I think it's actually a really good matchup for him. last little thing. All right, guys. Do appreciate you guys all for tapping in, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.